The undisputed king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, has had Graceland as a sacred monument to his life and legacy for almost 50 years. Despite the fact that millions of fans have visited its halls, looked at his glittering jumpsuits, and paid their respects at his grave, one mystery has remained unsolved since the day he passed away. 48 years after his tragic death, Elvis Presley's hidden attic at Graceland was finally opened recently. Why did they keep this attic closed for so long? What surprises or treasures were inside? Keep checking back to find out. For nearly 5 decades, a quiet room sat untouched inside one of the most visited homes in the world, Graceland. As millions wandered through the rooms once walked by the king of rock and roll, there was one place they never saw: a staircase. Led up to it, yes, but no one, not even lifelong staff, dared to open the door. That room, the attic, became a mystery, a sealed-off memory, a place frozen in time. Graceland has always been more than just a home. It's a symbol of a man whose music redefined generations. Every wall in that house tells a story of talent, fame, and heartbreak. Visitors come from every corner of the globe, not just to see gold records or rhinestone jumpsuits, but to feel closer to the man himself. Elvis Presley wasn't just a superstar, he was something more, something personal, a voice in our darkest hours, a spark in our celebrations. He was the boy from Tupelo who sang with more soul than anyone had ever heard, the man who could command a stage with a curl of the lip and a shake of the hips, the son, the father, the dreamer. He carried the weight of the world's attention, but always kept a part of himself hidden, safe within the walls of his sanctuary, and high above those halls, that final untouched place. Waited. For 48 years, the attic remained silent. Dust settled, time passed. And then just recently the door opened. What was found inside wasn't just old furniture or forgotten belongings. It was something deeper, something sacred. Personal letters, unheard recordings, unfinished lyrics, pieces of the man behind the myth. It was as if Elvis himself had left behind one final encore. This isn't just the story of a locked room. It's the story of a legacy rediscovered. A bridge between past and present. And for those who still believe in the magic of Elvis Presley, this attic. Opening is more than news. It's a resurrection of memory. A reminder that even after all these years, the king still has something to say. As the cheers faded and the curtain fell each night, Elvis Presley would retreat to the quiet sanctuary of Graceland. The house, once filled with laughter, music, and family dinners, grew quieter in the 1970s. The fame remained, the tours continued, but behind the glittering jumpsuits and sold-out arenas, the king was tired. He had given so much to the world, and slowly it began to take its toll. Elvis's health was no secret. The pressures of fame, a grueling tour schedule, and personal struggles began to wear on him. He had trouble sleeping. His weight fluctuated. Close friends noticed he was withdrawing more and more, preferring solitude over the spotlight. Still, night after night, he walked onto the stage with grace, giving fans the magic they came to see because that's who he was. A performer, a giver, a legend. In his final months, Elvis spent more time upstairs at Graceland, away from public eyes. He often played the piano late into the night, singing gospel songs to no one but himself. Those who were close to him said it was his way of praying, his way of staying grounded in a world that never let him rest. There was beauty in those moments, a kind of peace, a man reconnecting with his roots just as the world was preparing to let him go. Then came that fateful morning, August 16th, 1977. The world woke to a shock it wasn't ready to face. Elvis Aaron Presley was gone. At just 42 years old, The voice that had shaped decades of music had gone silent. News spread like wildfire. Fans wept outside Graceland. Radio stations played his music nonstop. Candlelight vigils appeared on every corner. The world had lost more than a musician. It had lost a piece of its heart. For Lisa Marie, just 9 years old at the time, it was the loss of her father. Or for Priscilla, a man she once loved deeply. For millions of fans, it was a grief unlike any other. And yet, amid the sorrow, something remarkable happened. Elvis's legend grew. His story didn't end, it transformed. He became eternal, immortal, a name passed down, like folklore, a melody carried by time. And now, all these years later, a room he left untouched has opened once more. The attic, quiet, sealed still, held not only artifacts, but perhaps reflections of his final thoughts. Pages of lyrics never sung, letters never sent, a part of Elvis the world never got to see. Until now, until this moment, Elvis may have left the stage, but his presence never truly vanished. Step into any diner playing old jukebox hits, any wedding where Can't Help Falling in Love plays during the first dance, or any concert where a young singer croons with Southern soul, and you'll find him. The king isn't just in museums or dusty record collections. He's alive in the heartbeat of popular culture. He never faded. He simply transformed. Each year, hundreds of thousands still journey to Graceland. They come from Japan, Germany, Brazil, from every corner of the world, to walk through the same halls he walked, to feel that lingering magic in the air. They don't come for spectacle. They come for connection, a reminder of a voice that reached across time, across language, across generations. The man they never met, but somehow always knew. His impact goes far beyond music. Elvis broke barriers, racial, cultural, and generational. He brought black gospel and blues sounds into mainstream America. He challenged norms, gave voice to rebellion, and helped shape an entirely new era of performance. Artists like Michael Jackson, Prince, and even modern stars like Bruno Mars and Harry Styles each carry pieces of his style, his swagger, his spirit. His fingerprints are on every stage, every studio. And now, with the attic's contents unveiled, it's as if he's speaking again, new insights into his mind and his music, letters that show the depth of his soul. Draft lyrics that hint at songs we never heard. These aren't just relics. They're conversations, unfinished ones, that remind us Elvis wasn't just a star. He was human, complex, creative, always evolving. Even now, 48 years later, he's still giving us something new. Tributes pour in from all over the world. Fans old and young post covers on YouTube. Las Vegas shows still feature his hologram. Documentaries continue to explore his story. And every August, candlelight vigils turn Memphis into a glowing sea of remembrance. They say, time fades memory, but not with Elvis. With him, time only deepens the love, the ache, the admiration. The attic discovery isn't just about the past. It's about the future, a reminder that legends don't rest. They ripple through time, inspiring new voices and new hearts. The king may be gone, but his throne remains, not carved in gold, but in the hearts of millions. And it's there, in those hearts, where Elvis Presley will live on forever. As the attic door closed once more, the air inside Graceland felt different. Not heavier, but fuller, as if the house itself had exhaled after holding its breath for nearly 50 years. What lay inside those forgotten boxes wasn't just memorabilia. It was memory, it was heart, a whispered message from Elvis Presley, still echoing after all this time. In the stillness of that attic, among the handwritten lyrics and fading photographs, we're reminded that Elvis wasn't just a global icon. He was a man, a father, a friend, someone who laughed, cried, loved deeply, and dreamed constantly. He gave the world everything he had and then quietly disappeared into legend. But this discovery, it brings him back in a way no stage ever could. It's strange, isn't it? How one life can reach across oceans and generations, touching people who never met him, who weren't even born when he passed. Yet the connection is real. The feelings are real. Elvis didn't just change music, he changed people. He gave voice to emotion, rhythm to rebellion, and warmth to silence. He reminded us that it's okay to feel, to dance, to dream. So now we say goodbye again, but not with sadness, with gratitude, with awe, with open hearts. Because in some beautiful way, Elvis Presley still lives inside. Each note we hum, each record we spin, each tear we shed, when his voice fills a quiet room. The attic may be closed again, but the story it reopened is forever ours to carry. To those watching, what does Elvis mean to you? Was it a song you grew up hearing with your parents? A movie you watched on a rainy afternoon? A lyric that held you together in your hardest moment? Share it. Speak it. Let's fill the comment section with memories that keep his flame alive. Because legacies like his don't belong to one generation. They belong to all of us. And now, after nearly 5 decades of silence, the King has offered us one last encore. One final moment to feel his presence, to remember not just who he was, but what he left behind. Elvis once said, "When things go wrong, don't go with them." In the attic of Graceland, we found the proof that he didn't. He stayed, in spirit, in music, in memory, and now it's our turn to keep that memory alive. Long live the King.